The video of former President of the United States, Donald Trump, being shot at a Pennsylvania rally was shocking. It was also amazing. It just was like, and people in Israel, where I am, and where these issues are reflecting to us as it impacts our country, the Jewish state, people just bumped into me today, and they're like, "As a gever, like what a hero, what a man he is that he was shot, miraculously saved." Later recognized that only God saved him, and then got up, pumped his fist, said, "Fight, fight, fight." It was an amazing moment in time, and I think it's going to be one of the iconic videos and moments that we're going to remember. It was like a September 11th. In this case, people were killed, including the shooter and an innocent bystander. But mercifully, President Trump did survive. Let's watch that video together and remember this iconic moment.
You took over, and look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
So there he is being shot, and then he gets up and pumps his fist in this incredible photograph. And my wife, Malka Fleischer, I think really captured this moment correctly. She really understood how to phrase it and how to understand it. And she made a tweet that went very viral. And also I asked her to make a video about this moment. And here's how she understood it.
An astounding, amazing occurrence.
Let's do that again.
Yesterday, we witnessed an astounding, amazing occurrence. Do you remember the Abraham Accords, named after our forefather Abraham, who was buried here in Ma'at Machpelah? It was an initiative to bring peace to the Middle East under the name of our father Abraham. Avram. Who was the founder of that initiative? U.S. President Donald Trump. Who was the president of the United States who finally recognized the Jewish people's right to Jerusalem, to Yerushalayim? That was also U.S. President Donald Trump. And yesterday we saw his reward. The God of Abraham saved the father of the Abraham Accords. The one who created Jerusalem saved the one who recognized Jerusalem. So here from Judea, from the holy city of Hebron, I just want to wish a full and speedy recovery to U.S. President Donald Trump, to those who are injured, and all of those who are targeted by hate.
So a great point by Malka Fleischer about the Abraham Accords. So I just want to kind of comment here about President Trump. If indeed he wins, it'll be yet another opportunity. Now, let's be clear. The U.S. is an important country, the superpower of this world, but Israel has to be independent of it. Israel has to do things that's right for itself. Israel has to be independent because it's important for its strategic future. We can't be dependent on another country. We have to be able to do things on our own and for our own self-interests. And that's what it means when it says in the Bible, a nation that dwells alone, am levadad yishkon, right? You got to do things that are right for you and right for our God, our history, our region. At the same time, there's no doubt that when there's a U.S. president who's favorably perceiving what Israel really is, our rights in Judea and Samaria, our rights in Jerusalem, our rights in the Golan Heights, and recognizes, does not grant, recognizes that right, it's very helpful. And when money gets dried up to the bad guys, right? When funding to the PA and the Hamas and the UN and the UNESCO's and the UNRWA's gets dried up, that's good for Israel because the bad guys get dried up, as they should. If President Trump gets back into power, we've got to use that opportunity. Again, we should be doing that if he's in power or not in power. But if he is in power, Israel should use that opportunity to assert its rights in its historic homeland and assert sovereignty in Judea and Samaria. We've got to destroy the jihadists, not every Arab, but Arabs who succumbed to the ideology of hate. And there's not a few of those. people who are subscribers to Hamas. They're carrying Hamas nicks. Okay, people who are jihadists of the other ilks as well, Muslim Brotherhood, Al Qaeda, Boko Haram, whatever the names of these things are. They're all in the end Hezbollah, of course. And speaking of Hezbollah and Hamas, Israel's got a strike at Iran. This is a regime that hates Israel, that hates Saudi Arabia, that hates America, that hates individual liberty and freedom. It hates Iran, it hates the Iranian people, and takes away their freedom. So we've got to fight against those things. We've got to become not just the Israel Defense Force, but the Israel Liberation Army that pushes back on these evil regimes, because they endanger us, and also because we have a mission to be a light unto the nations and to bring the Abrahamic vision to this region. And again, it would be great if Israel did not even have to wait for the United States to do these things. But in the kind of scope of realpolitik, I do hope that this moment, where the God of Israel saved the life of Donald Trump, and at the same time, President Biden is showing the weakness that everybody's talking about. And if indeed President Trump gets reelected, then it's time to move the ball ahead. And I say that during the Netanyahu period, when Netanyahu was in power, with the Trump administration, they did a lot of good things, but there can be more done, a lot more done, to roll back the Oslo Accords, to defund the PA and dismantle it, the Palestinian Authority, to clean out Gaza from the awful war machine that has been created against Israel there, to assert sovereignty in Gaza and to resettle it. Yes, Israel, a big Israel, is good for this region. A shrunken Israel is a way for the jihad to be given more appetite and more effort to destroy not just Israel, but the freedoms of this whole region, and to destroy the vision of Abraham. And so if there's such an opportunity, then Israel's got to meet that opportunity. Again, we could do that without even looking towards a Donald Trump, and just look to the God of Israel. But if the things align properly, then use it properly. And don't wait around. Don't let Hamas build up. Don't give them the land again and wait for them to build up another war and kick the can down the road. Don't let the Palestinian Authority build up in Judea and Samaria and take over our land. Don't let jihadists teach the next generation of would-be jihadists. Don't do it. Use the opportunity. And so again, I say, the God of Israel has spared a Donald Trump, I think, to give him an opportunity to green light. And sadly, that's the situation that we find ourselves in, that we need green lights. I think maybe we don't even need those green lights. But again, in realpolitik, use that opportunity. Use that opportunity to push good policy forward. A bigger, stronger Israel, a more biblical Israel that sends a message of freedom and rights and opportunities, and an Abrahamic region, tourism in this region, with the light of God coming out of Jerusalem, with Israel portraying itself and marketing itself as the land of the Bible, as the spiritual capital of the world. And a fusion between high tech and spirituality, both of those things at the same time coming out of this place, with the biggest medical schools in the world here in Israel, with the biggest technology schools here in Israel, and the biggest spirituality schools here in Israel and in Jerusalem. The opportunity may be coming. The world is tired of progressivism and jihadism, the so-called red-green alliance, what I call the jihadist progressive axis. There's a new union that's forming. And that union forms around people who are anti-progressive, who are pro-borders yet pro-relationships with pro-God, pro-family, pro-Bible nations, pro-patriotic nations. They are India and the UAE and maybe Saudi Arabia and the Czech Republic and Poland and Hungary and Argentina and the good part of America. And there's actually in almost all the states, there's this in Holland, there's this yearning to awaken and to reunite under an Abrahamic banner, under a patriotic banner. And so the opportunity may be coming, and it may have been heralded by this moment when the God of Israel saved Donald Trump's life. And we have to not just sit on our laurels and rest on our laurels, but rather use this as an opportunity for good policy and to sanctify God's name and to move it forward, push the ball down the field in order to make this world a better place. All right, folks, God bless you, and thank you so much for paying attention and being with me. Sending you lots of love from the land of Israel, from the land of blessings. Please subscribe to the channel, the little bell and the subscription, all that makes a big difference. Send it to your friends. Write me an email, yishai@yishaifleischer.com, and sending you lots of blessings, lots of love from the land of blessings. Shalom.